Hey friends, I had to join just a minute early because I could see Terry and Debbie talking and I wanted to join in. Hello. So good morning, Terry. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Mary. So nice to see you all this morning. I have a little something different to work on this morning. A little emergency project, as it were. A little overzealous kitty that likes to do biscuits on this little shark toy. Yeah, went a little crazy. So he's now got a torn open abdomen that needs repair. So I will be stitching on that this morning, at least for a little bit. Shouldn't take too long to work on this. Although I do wish that I had some polyfill to replace his stuffing. And actually, I kind of wish that I could just unstuff him completely and restuff him. So he kind of is at that point. So, what is everyone working on? Good morning, Susan. And if you're new here, I'd love to know where you're from. It is an interesting weather day here in North Carolina. A lot of the area around me is getting rain and I am just getting lots of wind. So I'm a little bit concerned. Our Wi-Fi here is a little bit like, I don't know. How shall I say? A little bit easily knocked out. So if you get the, little wheel of death again, you know what happened. Oh, cut up batting. That's not a bad idea, actually. Terry's quilting a quilt. How nice. As if I didn't know. As if I didn't know. As if I don't get pictures of it. Actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, I'm not sure you've sent me pictures of the cherrywood project you're working on and how you're quilting it. So I'm curious. Because I'm always curious about the quilting part. So I don't have my overhead camera today set up. I can easily swap if I need it later. But I decided that since I'm working on sort of a hand sewing project, I would let it be. Plus, it was annoying me last week with the ring notifications, which I've now like silenced everything. I've turned off the my ring notifications for a while, so all that. Oh, Susan, yes. Oh, that's so sweet. You said you haven't you're not totally new, but haven't made a live lately. Miss you. Oh, that's so sweet. And you're from Denver. Yes. I think I remember you telling me that before, and I said that I had lived in Golden when I was in Denver. Rainy and windy in southern Ontario too. Oh, goodness. How are we getting the same weather as Ontario? But nice to see you, Karen. Terry says we're going to get to over 100 with the heat index. Oh my goodness. I think we're only getting to 91 today. I do have a lot of leftover batting, although I tend to use it a lot in the hoop because we need smaller pieces for that. And with the move, I don't have a lot of leftover batting. I just have a little bit. Let's see. Yes, you are a bad friend, Terry. You need to make up for that, but not right now. Send me them later so my phone doesn't blow up. Karen says, I'm quilting a baby quilt on my domestic. Simple serpentine stitch, cross hatch on the diagonal. I love it. That's a great idea. I have used the serpentine stitch to quilt quilts, and I like it. I also have used the serpentine stitch on a, it's downstairs, I can't even show you, but on a quilt as you go quilt that I did, and I used invisible thread, and it came out beautifully. I was concerned about where I joined the blocks, that they would be sort of blank with no quilting, and the quilting within the blocks was kind of dense, and so I used the serpentine stitch. It worked like a charm. Terry says, oh my goodness, I follow a couple of weather geeks. The storms lately have been long on a hypotenuse. Wow. Those are some big words, Terry. I feel like I'm back in like 10th grade geometry class. But yeah, I follow Ryan Hall, y'all, on YouTube, and he hasn't been popping up in my feed, and I have a feeling it's because we're not getting any weird weather here. And of course, YouTube knows where I live. But big wind last evening, no power today. Oh my goodness, Kathy, I'm so sorry. It's funny, I was thinking about that yesterday, about, you know, being prepared, and how prepared we got over the winter, because we had crazy weather. And the weather here, luckily, we really haven't lost power. In the neighborhood where we moved when we first moved to North Carolina, where we were renting a townhouse, the power went out multiple times, and it's so frustrating. Oh, Terry, you're looking for the oil pen for your machine. I think it's probably next to your machine, but it's under something, so you can't see it. You guys are very chatty this morning. It's the opposite of last week. Last week we were all very quiet. All right, I'm trying to decide. I think I needed to put on a thimble. Oh, you're in Central Illinois. Nice, Kathy. I feel like it's so funny because every time I ask people to say where they're from, I'm like, oh, I used to live there. I didn't live in Central Illinois, but I lived in the western suburbs of Chicago. And I used to work for Northern Illinois University, so I used to travel to DuPage County at least a lot. Alrighty. I'm trying to get comfortable and figure out how I'm going to stitch this. I usually do a ladder stitch on stuffed animal repairs. I have a funny story. So where I lived in Illinois, I had a friend. That's funny. I don't know how I met this friend. Wow, I don't remember how I met her, but she owned a doll hospital. And at one point, she was so backlogged on repairs, and she knew that I sewed. And so I ended up temporarily helping her to get her out of, it must have been, I think it was sort of the holiday season or something, and she just had so many repairs that needed to be done. And I could do any of this kind of stuff where, I was hand sewing a stuffed animal, but I learned the basics of how to repair at least stuffed animals. I did learn a bit about repairing, dolls and kind of antique dolls and things like that as well. But I didn't have as much hands-on experience with that. And so, but the cute thing was she had it set up like it was a hospital. And so there was a room where she sold like those really realistic looking baby dolls. And it was set up like a what's it called, where like the babies are in the hospital. So it was set up like that, and we all had doctor coats, and it was very fun. Karen, what thimble do I like? Well, I currently am using I have one of these. This is from Thimbles for You, I think is the name of the brand. And so this one's a silver one, and I like it very much. I usually use one of these now, like one of these little silicone tips on my fingers to help me grip the needle. But I generally like for years, all I used, and let me see if I've got one in here. For years, I used this kind that, you know, I don't even think they still, I don't know that Clover, I think used to make ones that were a little better than this. I like ones that have a ring around the top because I tend to like push through and I don't like it when the needle slips. And so there's like a little ring around the top that stops the needle from sliding off. And so that's what I used for years. Like I don't remember what kind it was. I have a feeling it was probably Clover, but it could have been Dritz or something like that as well back in the day. And so that's what I used. And then I'm very picky about my needles. And I'm using a Sue Daly needle because it's nice and long. And let's see, it is a milliner's needle, size 15. And I liked it because it's not only long, but it also has a really nice eye. So it was easy to thread. Let's see. Anyone from southwestern Georgia? I lived there once upon a time. Terry, you, like me, have lived lots of places once upon a time. Hello, Miss Smith. I think that's what it says. Sorry, I'm a little bit like, for some reason, the glare on my screen is really bad today. Let's see. You are in San Antonio. Fantastic. Welcome. I've been to San Antonio and I loved it. My favorite experience of being in San Antonio was going to Gunther House for breakfast. Is that even still around? I wonder. That was so long ago. It was like 10 years ago at least. Sherry says, oh, you would have loved a thimble, Lady Thimble. Yes. Yeah, super fancy. And it's got an acorn on it. And acorns, actually, I don't remember if I knew this at the time. I probably did. But acorns are, I want to say Scandinavian, like there's some lore around acorns in Scandinavia. And I'm part Norwegian. All right, I'm actually going to start stitching. I wish sometimes that this like dinged when I got a new comment. Terry, you so have lived all over California, Nevada, New Jersey, New York. Yes. I've lived New Jersey, Boston, California, Chicago, Colorado, and North Carolina. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, I lived in Ohio for one summer. And I think that's it. But that's a lot for some people. And oddly, when I was a kid, I knew that I would move. I knew that I wasn't going to stay in New Jersey. And at the time, for some reason, I thought it was because I didn't like New Jersey. And now I'm really glad that that's where I grew up, because I loved my childhood growing up in New Jersey. I had excellent experiences and great schools. I am so out of practice of doing a ladder stitch, it's not even funny. Oh, Maria. Yes, thank you for correcting me and letting me know your name. Debbie says, I, on the other hand, have had 2 home phone numbers. My goodness. I still do remember my number growing up. My number was 739-2178. And we had a second number, which I think was similar to the first. I think it was like 739-2170 or something like that. but I don't remember. Oddly, I don't remember what my when I got my own phone. I was fancy. My parents got divorced, and I got a phone because I had to live in an apartment um, with my mom, and she really never liked, like, she always had two phone numbers because she never liked getting a busy signal, and so she let me have my own phone so I could talk to my friends. And I almost had talked to my friends in the middle of the night, which did happen occasionally. Um, and I cannot remember that phone number for the life of me, oddly. Maybe because I probably had two phone numbers because we moved, but then we lived in one apartment for I think 2 years, and then we stayed in the other apartment for many years after that. So very funny. Yeah, you are a homebody, Debbie. You weren't going to stay in Maine either. Isn't that funny how, as we're kids, we know? Um, and Maria's is going to Austin in 2 weeks. That's awesome. I've only been to Austin once, and it was for a conference, and so I really didn't see much of Austin at all. I was in the hotel pretty much the entire time. Houston, on the other hand, Houston, on the other hand, I've been to so many times. Oh my gosh, speaking of Texas, have you guys seen the videos from the World Cup of like people just enjoying being in America? It has been so much fun. Like, I fell down a little bit of a rabbit hole this morning watching all of these reactions to things. And one of the videos I saw was a guy in Texas from France, and he had just gotten like brisket or something. He had just gone for barbecue, and he was walking down the street just like talking about how the French need to change their opinions of America, because the food is so amazing, and how all the things that we've got. So many people talking about Costco and how amazing Costco is, or walking into the store somewhere and talking about like our selection of soda. You know, it's just it just was such a delight this morning to sort of fall, into all these videos of people just loving being in America. Karen says, I have lived in our current home since 1988. That's amazing. Debbie says, I never expected to leave Pittsburgh, but work took us to New York. Yeah. Debbie says, I'm obsessed with World Cup tourist videos. Oh my gosh, the funniest one I saw this morning was a woman, I think, I'm just going to say she was from the UK. And her whole video was, oh my gosh, the yellow school buses are real. And I'm going to have to take a picture and send it home because my family doesn't believe me. Which I just thought was so hilarious. And all the videos of them trying like Chick-fil-A or Waffle House, like, it's just so funny. Oh, or one person went to like IHOP and got like chicken and waffles, which I was like, I literally, the last few times that I went to IHOP were the last few times I ever gone to IHOP because it's so bad, you know. I feel like Waffle House is superior to IHOP at this point, but it probably is all depending upon your where you live. I do want to catch a couple of videos of tourists going to Buc-ee's because I just think their mind would just explode from Buc-ee's. See, Maria, I've never been to an HEB, so I don't even know how wonderful it is. I mean, so Terry maybe would know this. How does it compare to Wegmans? Does HEB compare to Wegmans, or is it something different? Like, I feel like you and I have similar grocery store experiences, so we might know what HEB compares to. I know Terry always talks about HEB. In North Carolina, I would say the best thing that we've got here is like Publix. But the Publix is a little bit far away. And it's a little bit pricey. And it still doesn't compare to like a Wegmans. All right, I'm almost done with this hole. I feel like I have stitched this part before. My stitching is not perfect. I might try and fix it a little. We used to have these little brushes that we could brush the fur back with. I'm not going to stress about it because I just do feel like I'm probably going to need to repair this, take all the stuffing out, refill it at some point, because this is old, y'all. This shark came from IKEA when my youngest was in high school, and they still have it. They still love it. And the cats absolutely adores this thing. So funny, cats. You know what else cats like? Cuddle. They really, really like cuddle. All right, I gotta zoom back. All right. Oh my gosh, Debbie, is that serious? Debbie says the TSA is warning folks to not smuggle bottles of ranch back home. That was one of the things that that French guy said. He said, what did he compare it to? He said, we have, oh, darn it, I can't remember. I think it was the French guy. Whoever it was, they were talking about like some comparison of sauce. And they were like, ranch does not, it's not remotely the same. So there are more than one person, Terry, that's talking about the yellow school bus videos? Oh my gosh. Yeah, they love ranch. Debbie says, I saw a video of a surfer in the US. They told me the US wasn't going to win. We're in it? I thought they were just playing their games over here. I didn't know we were in it. I love that for us. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Market Basket. I want to know more about Market Basket. Okay. Terry says Wegmans and HEB are on par, particularly if you get the HEB Plus version near you. If I had that choice, it would be very hard. Oh my gosh, I can imagine. Oh, there's a war starting about Market Basket and Hannaford's. Oh my goodness. I don't know what either of those is. So funny. The things we talk about each week. It's always interesting. And I will say, I got all teary this morning watching a video of the Scottish in a bar singing Take Me Home Country Road. I don't know why I got all teary. I don't know. But it was just so, it was just unbridled joy. I mean, really. And they knew all the words and they were just singing it on the top of their lungs. Oh my gosh. And have you heard that the Scots like emptied the Boston lager from the Sam Adams in Boston? Like they had to like send out for more beer. They ran out of beer. I just love it. Oh goodness. Really, Maria? Maria says my friend moved to Ireland. The yellow school bus is a topic. That's crazy. Susan, I just found out that we got a brand new Piggly Wiggly here. And so I haven't been yet, but I'm planning to go soon because I just need to check it out. Now, it is in a weird area here where it's sort of like a grocery store desert. or a food desert. So my expectations are low of what the Piggly Wiggly is going to be like, but I will report back on the Piggly Wiggly because I must go. I haven't been to a Piggly Wiggly since I think I went to, did I go to one in Florida? I feel like I went to a Piggly Wiggly. You know what? I went to a Publix. I didn't even know it was a Publix back then. I just remembered that what we jokingly were calling all the stores because we were from New Jersey and we didn't know. All right, I've got a hole fixed in one little IKEA shark. Well, he's a big IKEA shark. Woo woo. He's all fixed. I got that done. Yeah, my youngest brought this down to me. Now my youngest is 22. I should specify. But they brought this down to me last night because that's when it happened, and I was kind of too tired to come up here and get my hand sewing kit. I should really have a hand sewing kit downstairs. Okay, all better. Tell me all better. All right, I gotta work on something else. I might work on super secret sewing. I feel like I have so much to do, and I kind of need to make some progress on my top secret sewing. And since I don't have an overhead camera, that could be a good thing. Okay, my allergy medicine. Whew. I'm gonna set this. I took way too much thread. Like I still have that much left. I thought that was gonna take so much more thread than it did. But that's okay. I'm gonna put it in my little sewing kit. You know, it's funny. I got this little sewing kit years ago. I bought it from Rose Hughes. Those of you who know Rose Hughes, and it's a Stitch Happy survival kit. And I don't know where she got these little boxes, but it's so great. I've used it ever since. I've filled it with so much more in it, and I use it all the time. It is just the best thing. I actually just added one of these. I feel like I bought more than one of these, but maybe I ordered one and I was planning to get more. But I ordered one of these. Can you see? I'm going to take it out of the package so you can see. But it's one of those little thread braids. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I bought two of these so I could give one to my son because he came home for Christmas and was like, can you give me like a little sewing kit because I have buttons that I need to sew on. And so I got, remember these? And you can pull out one thread to, you know, of all these different colors. So I ordered that, and the plan was to put that in my little kit as well. And it's got a needle threader and a couple of buttons. It's really a good emergency kit to sort of throw in your bag, like travel bag. They didn't have very many, and I think that's why I only got what I got. But yeah, we had to order it online. Put it in there. Gonna put it in there. Okay. I'm getting a little too full. Goodness. Let's see. Susan says, when I lived in Georgia as a kid, that's where we shopped. Oh. Oh. Well, I told you I had to work at a, sorry, I'm going to parrot back the comment because I know sometimes the comments don't show up in the playback for a while because it processes. But Susan says that looks a lot better than when I fix stuffies. I have fixed so many stuffies. And like I said, I had to work at a hospital and I had to learn stitches that didn't show. And I don't think that looks that great. But part of the trick. Sorry that I'm blowing my nose, but my allergies, man. We need rain here. Like, we seriously just have not had much rain, and the pollen is out of control. So one of the tricks to making it look good is to like go over the seam and fluff up the fur. But if I show it to you real close, you could see that it's not great. Like, it's not perfect. It's not my best work, but that's okay, because I'm planning to like do this and do it over again. So I feel like he's got a whole seam here that isn't on the rest of his stomach, and I wonder if it ripped and I fixed it previously. Now that I'm looking at this, it may have been what happened, because like up here there's also a seam, but that one's way better. Sorry, I'm going to turn it the wrong way. There we go, right here. And that, I can't, right here, there's a seam. And I feel like that one's way better. And I may have done that one. Don't know. He's been around for a very long time though, that shark. Okay. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to sew next. Let's see. Maria says, have you seen the one of the little boy in a school pic? The other kids were wearing team jerseys in green. Not sure which team it is, but the little boy only had a green Christmas sweater. Oh. Terry, let me know if you need to see it again or if that was enough to show it. Oh, his family couldn't afford a jersey for him. Oh, I hope that the team gave him a jersey. Hello, Gladys. Welcome, welcome. All right. Well, maybe I'll just work on houses again. I feel like that's what I should be working on, because that's what I am supposed to be working on during this time. Right. So let's see what we got. I know I was cutting pieces last time. Let's see. Let's see. What do I got? I got stacks of houses. I don't like, my table is messy and I don't like it. It's like too many things going on. I don't like it. All right, let's see if we can pair some doors with some house fronts. So I think that's what I'll work on here. And we'll go from there. And if I need to cut more, I will cut more. I'm going to pull out a little bit of fabric, even though I've got a few stacks. Whoops. Oh, they did? Maria, that's wonderful. Oh my gosh. Okay, Terry, great. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be time soon for my machine to go in to the spa for a spa day. It's almost time for that. It's been a minute. It's also been a minute since I organized all of this stuff, all of these pieces, parts. I all of a sudden was hearing a weird noise that I couldn't tell if it was rain or if it was a cat or what. It's so windy out. It is so windy. It's crazy. Oh, Terry, do send me a picture. Do send me a picture of your table because that would make me feel better. I have my phone on silent, so hopefully it won't ding or anything. But yeah, I'm sure my table is really not that messy compared to some people, not you, Terry, just some people in general. And but for me, I like it to be clear. All right, so I've got a bunch of door combos and I've got a bunch of house sections that I cut. I'm going to put this over here. Let's see if we can make some things work. The air conditioning is running and it's a little bit chilly right now. But you can hear that because that fan is right over my table. I don't know if Debbie left us. Sometimes Debbie leaves us and she comes back later. Last week, she was prepping meals, and so she was cooking. Oh, and I have to thank Debbie for dropping the recipe for the sweet and sour pork in the Patreon, because yum, I need to make that one. I had pork and I almost made it, but we had Chinese food last week, so Terry, I got it. I felt it on my wrist. But I opted not to make it last week, so maybe next week. We started having my father-in-law come over for dinner on Tuesdays since we used to do dinner every Saturday with my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, but since she passed, I just don't want him to be alone for that long. And so we're starting a little dinner thing on Tuesday. Although he still thinks it's like a celebration and like he has to bring wine, which we hopefully will get him out of that habit. Just because it's just Tuesday for us. It's just Tuesday. I like that a lot. I'm gonna put that with that. Oh my goodness, y'all, my allergies. I don't know what I did. Goodness. Cheeseburger casserole, Debbie. That sounds really delicious. There is a recipe for a cheeseburger salad that's like a Weight Watchers recipe that I absolutely adore. Should make that sometime soon because it's delicious. That might be good. Oh, that's not a door. Looking at the wrong thing. All right, I need a door. A door, a door, a door. Let's see. I don't like any of these colors for doors. Okay, well, I'm going to pair up transoms with sides of the houses. How about that? That's what we'll do. Because I've got lots of transoms. I just need more doors. Okay. Okay, that will go very nicely. I'm a little bit matchy-matchy today. I'm just going to be okay with that. I feel like that's okay for transoms to be matchy-matchy because, you know, it's supposed to be part of the house. Technically, you can actually have the transom be the same color as the house. Actually, it would be nice too. That is close enough. Close enough for rock and roll, as they say. So Maria, Terry is saying if you get a chance, go to visit Poppy Quilts and Sew in Georgetown. It's a great quilt shop. I know Terry has works there, and so they would know that it's a good shop. I feel like you wouldn't work at the shop if it wasn't a good shop. Ooh, some of these little fabric squares are stringy. Terry says, and then I found the bobbin I already wound. Of course. I so before I moved out of Illinois, I mean I had acquired so much stuff, just so much stuff, and I had like unlimited storage for my sewing things. And so I had gotten as a gift one of those simplicity binding, like electric binding things. You know what I'm talking about? Like you can put the binding through and it irons it for you. And I got rid of it. And I have regretted that decision for a few years now. And yesterday I peruse Facebook Marketplace. That's pretty much the only thing I do on Facebook. Facebook these days is I peruse Facebook Marketplace, and they had a not the binding one, but they had the one that was like the little side bobbin winder for $15, and I was tempted. I was very, very tempted because sometimes it is such a pain to have to stop what you were doing and wind a bobbin, unthread the machine, and all that stuff. And so I was tempted for $15. That was a good deal. Does anyone have like one of those things like a sewing tool or Notion or something like that that is on your like bucket list of finding somewhere? Just out of curiosity. Like for the longest time, I wanted to find a hand crank, but then I just ended up buying a crank for my featherweight, which I feel like is more practical. So now I don't feel like I need that anymore, which is makes me feel better. Terry says, don't do it. Get more bobbins and wind at least two for a project. Yes, that's smart. I mean, mainly it's really like it comes up a lot when I'm doing embroidery, and honestly, I could just buy pre-wound bobbins for embroidery. Because they make those. So I could just do that and that would be fine. You're right. I don't need more stuff, do I? As a matter of fact, I need to like downsize. Maria says, "Gotta run to HEB. We'll catch replay. Bye, y'all. Y'all are the sweetest. Stay hydrated." I will. Thanks for the reminder. I'll take a drink right now. Terry says, "I still want a featherweight. One day I'll get one." More and more, I feel lucky that I got one back in like the early 2000s. I'm trying to think. I think that I spent 400 on it, but that might even be more than I think I spent. I may have only spent like 200 or 300 on it back then. Now they're ridiculous, and everyone thinks that they've got one that's like featherweight shop price. Featherweight shop has single-handedly raised the price of every single featherweight in the country that's for sale because they pay $400 for them and then fix them up, which is understandable, but now everyone with a featherweight thinks that it's like $1,000. I'm talking about people who don't know sewing, who sell things. That's what I mean. All right, I've got a few here that I'm going to need some different colors of transoms. Oh, you know what? These are doors and these are transoms. Yeah, I don't have any. Oh, you know what? Will that work? It almost works. It's not quite right. That's not quite right either. No. All right, well, I have a nice little stack of house fronts with transoms. Ooh, could probably pair up one of these. That is very bright. Go with that. I'm gonna go with that. All right, I need more doors and a few more transoms. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. I still need so many more. So many more. And I feel like the willy-nilly cutting that I've done has not really helped me because now I just have a whole bunch of squares that don't really match anything. But that's okay. We shall survive. Yeah, swap this one out for purple because when one can swap it out for purple, why wouldn't one? Yes, I like that better. Okay, there we go. Love it. All right. So I've been working on a quilt tutorial that I'm hoping will be coming out very soon. I was hoping to get it done this week, but then, life just gets in the way. Oh no, I just found a whole bunch more. I found a whole bunch more house fronts and I took all of the transoms and doors and stacked them up. Dang it. Okay. We'll start over. That'll be fine. Um, it just, life has just been so crazy. It's just been a lot. I guess when someone passes away in your life, that's what happens, right? But I have gotten sewing done, so I feel like that's good. And I feel like I feel like I'm working through it better than I have in the past, if that makes sense. I don't know if any of you have like struggled with grief, but I definitely have struggled with grief a lot in my day. And, it can be hard to be creative when you're dealing with that. Okay, well, I have to lay all these out again. Um, let's see. Wow, you guys got really chatty. Susan says we got lucky and found one for $300. I found one on Facebook Marketplace for $40. I can't imagine how quickly like that one sold because I reached out to the person and they had already sold it. But literally was like, oh my God, what the heck? Um, oh, it's a centennial too. How nice. I was hoping to get a centennial one. I really, really wanted one from the Chicago World Fair because I was living in, well, actually, I just wanted one. And then we ended up moving to Chicago. So that's weird. I just realized I didn't buy it in Chicago. Um, someday, Terry says, someday I hope to have the quilterarium ready to have all of my machines where I can see them and display them. Debbie says, wait, we're supposed to match our house pieces? Not necessarily, but so Kathy Martin did one, and because she was not using charm squares, the transoms actually matched the size of the houses, and it was a completely different look, and I loved it. So I am sort of trying to be matchy matchy a little bit. Terry, yes, I am using orange on these houses. Of course I am, because there's an awful lot of Heather Ross in here, and she uses orange with abandon. Susan says, losing someone is hard. You have to give yourself time to grieve. So very true. It's, I think what the interesting thing is that I feel like I've processed it pretty well. The grief, of course, comes and goes, but I also feel like I'm very focused on making sure like my husband's okay. He's not really okay. And so I'm really trying to figure out how best to support him and making sure that he gets through this because he was there for me when I lost my sister. And, he did the best he could to make sure that I was okay through that whole process. And so, yeah, just is exactly what it is. And, you know, but I feel like I'm doing better than back then because at least I'm trying to be creative and keep busy and do things that are sort of uh, healthy outlets, if that makes sense. So, Terry says grief is so fascinating and hard and weird and wild and deep and shows our interconnectedness of the human person. So true. Debbie says put on your oxygen mask first. Yes. Yes. All excellent points. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, and you know, it's funny because like I feel like this is like the perfect thing for me to be doing today, which is just pairing up fabrics and playing with fabrics and touching them, and it's the perfect thing to, you know, give myself a little bit of a break that I don't have to necessarily work on this, but I could still make progress in some way, which is perfect. Where, you know, I can just match up things and touch the fabric and play with it and, you know, feel like I'm being creative without necessarily needing to feel like I've got to accomplish something. I think that's the biggest hurdle that I have sometimes, which is, you know, feeling like progress is only making a quilt top or finishing the quilt when it can be so much more than that. Progress can be, you know, just planning. All right, I've got a bunch of Heather Ross that I don't quite know how I want to match up the colors. And I feel like I need a little more. I need a little more of like her colors. So I might pull those out. Be like Hootie and let them cry. Yes. Good point. Hmm. I'm trying to also decide if I want to take some of these like mermaids and maybe use those for transoms and doors. Oh, they're not mermaids. They're just girls swimming. I don't know why. I guess because there's some mermaids there. I'm like, why am I calling them mermaids? Because there are some mermaids with the little girls swimming. That's why. Yeah, I might do that. Like that definitely is just calling. So this one to me is just calling to be like fussy cut. Fussy cut is a door or a transom or something like that. It's got such pretty wavy kelp or something. Ooh, this one's so pretty. Look at that one. Beautiful. Like I think she needs to be poking her head in a door. Okay, I'm gonna put these aside for. Okay. Yes. I need some more orange for sure. It's not quite the right shade of orange, but I bet you this one is. That's way better. Okay. Ooh. That's a pretty good match. That's a not bad match. The seahorses. I feel like that's pretty good. Okay. I think that'll be good. Ooh, there's some blue. Yes, we'll do some blue. Okay. I might cut a little bit. Hopefully not cut my fingers. I always have to remind myself of these measurements. 2 by 2 3/4. And well, you know, I haven't done any chimneys. 2 by 2 1/4 and 2 1/4 by, oh no, 2 by 2 3/4. Okay, 2 1/4, 2 3/4. Ooh. I think that'll be fine. This is fun. I just like doing this. I like working on this project. It's definitely just a no stress project. I can't remember which ruler I used last time. I think this one is only 2.5. Yeah. So I use this one. Whew. I might need to stand for a minute. So, how's it going over there? Is everything good? Are you having any problems with your machine or your thread? Okay, that's better. Ooh, I'm gonna put these aside. So I think I want to fussy cut those for sure. Okay, that works. All right, so if this one is 5 inches, I'm just trying to maximize, figure out if I can maximize the cuts, because this particular one doesn't really have very big points. Yeah, I think I can do 2 3/4 and 2 1/4 and I think I can make it work so that I can sort of maximize the cuts, get more than one. So have you all seen that on YouTube now you can send messages? Like you can send people videos directly in the app. I haven't done it yet. I saw that it was an option when I pulled up a video that I wanted to send to someone. And so I thought that's kind of cool. I don't know where they're going with that. I can't imagine how many servers they've got for YouTube with all of the videos that are on here. Pretty amazing. Oops. Fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy. There we go. Okay. All right. So I just have to do 2 inches and 2 inches. So I can actually cut off the fuzzy edges and that'll be fine. Okay. Debbie says, this is perfect. I might pin your comment because I think that's beautiful. I'm totally going to pin it. Debbie says, progress can be quilting a nonsense piece just to remember why you love quilting. Or just making something small just to feel accomplishment. You know? I've totally done that. Just worked on something really, really small so that I could feel like I got something done. And sometimes that's just in the hoop because I could just lay fabric in there and it comes out perfect. Terry says, after the full reset of the machine, including oiling the foot, it's spring-loaded. I got the block 1 ready to quilt, the next block, and buried some thread. I realized 2 things. 1, the seam ripper will make an appearance because I don't like something. 2, that's a good thing. Totally a good thing. 3, I'm glad I started dinner. Good for you. 4, I have 2 errands to run, so I gotta bail on you. It's all good. It's all good. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, you see that, Debbie? Terry says there will be ribbon candy on this quilt. Indeed. For those of you who don't know, Debbie's favorite motif in quilting is ribbon candy. I do that. Oh, if I do that, I need it to be at the edge. Okay. I'm just double checking my math. Because if I want to have both 2 3/4 and, did I do that right? Are they both 2 inches? They're both 2 inches. Silly me. Silly me. They're both 2 inches. I could have trimmed off that edge a little bit more. I forgot. That's what happens when one gets busy. Ooh, that's fine. I still can trim off that fuzzy edge. There we go. Sweet. It worked out. It always works out. Hello, Robin. Welcome, welcome. Robin, we are sitting around. I am picking out fabrics to go with different house fronts. And that's the extent of my sewing today. I fixed a stuffed animal as we began, and we're discussing a little bit of grief. Drawers, 2 3/4, 2 3/4. Right, 2 3/4. Okay. Cut. There we go. Love it. I'm cutting pink fabric on a pink cutting mat. That's not the easiest thing. I should see if I can get my other Sew Tights cutting mat, the smaller one, and see if I can put it over here. That would be so much better. Oh my goodness. Yes, you did make it this time. I love it. My goodness, the air conditioning is running and it is actually a little bit cold. I think probably because the sun is not out warming up the place. Brr. Hey, but at least the air conditioning is working. Lordy, it has been a thing lately. I've discovered every summer, the second summer in a row, where things just sort of didn't work right away. As soon as it got hot, it was like, I'm not sure I want to do this. We had to be like, yes, you do. That's your job. Your one job in this world is to air condition things. Sweet. Oy. My back has been hurting me for the past 2 days. I'm not quite sure why it's hurting. Might just be my medicine is running out. But yesterday I spent, I don't know, maybe an hour sewing, and whew, it was, I had to lay down for a little bit because it was hurting. For me, when my back hurts, I have to lay flat for a little while. Okay, that looks good. I'm okay with that. All right. I got some interesting yellows. Oh, I love it. I love it. It matches the little fish perfectly. Debbie says I have a pink mat and have three, same problem because I quilt with tons of pink. Yeah, it's not so great when you're sewing with pink. I'm not sure I like that one. All right, we'll leave these aside. Just sew these as a door. The door is 2 3/4. Perfect. So, what is bringing you joy this week, everyone? Oh, and if you haven't liked the video, I would love it if you did that. It makes it so that YouTube sends it out to more people like us who might find us, which is nice. Okay, 2 inches. Oh, I should have fussy cut this one. Just realized I cut it wrong. I can fix it, but I'm thinking that since it's got sort of this design, maybe I should make the door so that, like, I don't know, like that maybe, instead of like this. I don't know if it matters. Am I going to stress about it? There's 3 layered, and the one in the middle, it doesn't matter, but the 2 on the ends, it does. Do I want to do that? I do. We're just gonna go with it. Because I think it'll make me happy. perfect. Yeah, that's great. No, I don't mind that for a door on that one at all. Oh, that's a door. I need it in the door pile. That could be cute as a door. Yeah, we'll put that there as a potential door. Now let's see how big this is. Now this is two by, not big enough for anything. Okay, we'll put that over there in that pile. Whew. Debbie, oh my goodness, you're headed to Primitive Gatherings for a week-long retreat? Oh, that sounds so good. I wish I was headed to Primitive Gatherings for a week-long retreat. So when you go to Primitive Gatherings for a retreat, do they have a project that you all work on? Or do you bring things to work on? How does that work? I'm curious. You know, I hate to say it, but I've really not been to a retreat before. I really need to do that sometime. Or maybe make a retreat. I've always wanted to make a retreat and have my son be the chef. Because he cooks yummy things. All right, you guys aren't even ready for this door. Oh, it's gonna be a door. She's so cute. And I love her little starfish bra. It's adorable. Oh, goodness. That might need to be the door. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There might be a door. We might have already made one. We'll find a spot for her. And this other part here can be a transom. Perfect. Okay, so Debbie says, they built the retreat center while I was hospitalized with COVID. I promised if I live through this, I'm going. And I have 3 times. That's amazing. This is red, white, and blue themed. I've been to Christmas retreats too. Lisa teaches us a specific project, but they also offer bring your own stuff dates. I love that. Denise says, enjoyed seeing you today. Thanks, Denise. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for commenting. All right, now I'm fussy cutting some really adorable seahorses. Their little heads are going to get cut off in the seam allowance. It'll be okay. It's going to be okay. I love fussy cutting things. It's like one of my favorite things to do. All right, so let's see. The door is 2 3/4. I do want to have a little bit of a that'll be good. Another cute door. It's gonna be cute. Debbie says, I'm waiting for my cottage pie meat to thicken. I could be saying now, is a cottage pie kind of like a shepherd's pie? I feel like I had just heard that recently. That's why I ask. Alrighty. I don't know what I'm having for dinner tonight. I don't think my husband will be home. He's got a Rotary Club thing. All right, if I fussy cut this one the way I want to fussy cut it, I'm just going to ruin the whole rest of the thing. That'll be okay. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I wish it was just a little bit higher on the door. 2 3/4. Two 3/4. I just realized I did not check my work email before I joined the live. I just joined and can you do? That is not centered. That's 1/4. Is that good enough? I feel like it needs to come over this way a little bit. We're gonna go with it. We're going with it. It's gonna be great. Boy, thirsty. Oh, is everyone drinking? Oh, beef instead of lamb. Got it. I did a I want to say it was kind of like a shepherd's pie, but it was Indian and it had like a masala base. So it kind of came out like you were eating. Oh, it was just so good. I'll have to look up the recipe and see if I can find it. Because if you like Indian food, this one was really good. And it was like you used a simmer sauce that you got in the store. Ooh, Debbie, I got the other Bennett sister. Oh, did I do it again? I did it again. I got the other Bennett sister from the library, the audiobook, so I need to start that one today. Because I think I've only got another week to listen to it. All right, I'm really like being ridiculous with this fussy cutting. I'm being ridiculous. All right. I think I've almost got it. I've almost got it centered, but it's so cute. Okay. There we go. Better, better, better. Look, it's like a little octopus. That one's going to be super cute. There we go. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Hello, Brenda. Welcome, welcome. Robin says, I've been doing my best out in the garden. I can't seem to get enough water. I have a migraine, probably from dehydration. Yes. Maybe I should just stay in and sew. Mary, I'm glad you like it. Robin, did I tell you guys last week? I think it happened that day on Thursday. I ended up having to take every plant out of my raised bed because this baby groundhog was eating all of my plants. I went out to water it in the morning and there were no leaves on anything. And so I ended up, like, it was so stressful because every time I turned around, he was in the garden. I had taken out like the ones that I thought were important. I figured I could wait. Nope. Every time I looked, he was in there eating. And poor little guy, he was hungry. I can't blame him. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer. And so now all of my vegetables are on the porch in pots that are not really big enough for all of the plants that I've got. So yeah, so that wasn't much fun. Not at all. Alrighty, let's see if I do right there. That's what I'm gonna do. Two and 3/4. I have to say all of the measurements out loud, otherwise I mess up. Now you all know why I work from home. Because I talk to myself all dang day. Did I cut it wrong? 2. Yes, I did. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna make it work. 2 and 3/4. I want him up towards the top. At the end of the day, these are just charm squares. 2 and 3/4. Should I give myself enough room? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Ugh, allergies. The worst. 2 inches. Oh my gosh, people, I am so silly. I wonder if I cut that door wrong now. No, I did fine. Okay. Like, why was I struggling so hard to find the center? Well, I've got a mark on my ruler that shows me where the center is. All right, I've got another little octopus door that's orange. Yeah, see, this is my happy place, is like fussy cutting things. Yeah, that's way better. I like that a lot. Okay. Alrighty. What time is it? It is 12:30. Oh no, it's gonna be one of those days again where I lost track of time. How did the porch concert go? It went well. It was a little bit stressful. My husband was like still doing like yard work right up to like a time where the band arrived, and then they took up way too much space. Like I don't think we realized. I think it may have been more band members than last time, so they took up more space on the porch. And I hate to like I hate to be like this, but like one person brought a dog and it was 96 degrees outside and I felt so bad for the dog. Plus, like I just thought it was a little strange to like bring a dog to someone's house when you didn't like ask if it was cool to bring a dog. So our poor cat was like hiding. And then but other than that, it was great and it went really well and everyone was really happy. So Robin says, "Oh no, the groundhog ate all of my pepper plants last year. I hope he isn't coming back this year." Yeah, it started with he ate my cucumbers, and my cucumbers had so many like blossoms on it. I was so excited. I took a picture, and then the next day the blossoms were all gone, and I was like, "Uh-oh." And then the next thing I knew, it ate my basil. And I thought that groundhogs don't like herbs. And so I was thrown off and I'm like, what could this be? Is it like something else? And then it started eating the tomato plants, like the leaves on the tomato plants. And then it ate the leaves on the pepper. It ate one of the peppers completely. And then it ate I was growing some pumpkins and I thought they could eat the pumpkins. Like I didn't care. I was going to have them sort of trail over the side of the raised bed and like, if they ate them, they ate them. But that was the last thing he ate was all of the leaves on the pumpkins leaves, which were like that big. Ate all the green beans, ate all of the lettuces I was trying to grow. Like luckily most of the things that he like ate completely were from seed, and so I wasn't really like it wasn't a big investment, and I literally got most of the plants that I bought for like $5 each. And so it wasn't a huge loss, and most of them are still alive. One of the pepper plants actually still has like 2 peppers on it, so that's pretty incredible. But I have to keep going out and watering them because it's really not big enough. So this weekend, I don't know if this weekend I have time. I'm hoping to do something where I could put them back in the raised bed and that maybe surround it with like chicken wire or something, but I'm just not quite sure. Hello, Giovanna. Welcome, welcome. You haven't been here in a while, and I was just about to sign off, but I'll stay for a few more minutes just because you just got here. How nice to see you again. Yeah, so yeah. So that's how that all went. So, and the weather, it was super hot. I ended up making sangria, and that was kind of nice. That was sort of a last minute decision to make sangria, and that was good. And everyone who tried it liked it. I have a kind of a weird recipe. And yeah, it was a weird recipe that we actually put in, I found it on Pinterest years and years ago, and we put it in Generation Q magazine. I don't know if any of you actually subscribe to Generation Q. We were sort of the irreverent quilting magazine, and so we had recipes for cocktails in every issue. And after a while, my oldest ended up doing the cocktails in each issue, unless someone else had a particular recipe they wanted to share. But it was loads of fun. And thank goodness I put it in there. Otherwise, I would have long lost that recipe. So, yep, loads of fun. 2 1/4. There we go. I'll do that as a transom and that'll be fine. All right. Well, oh, it's hot, Giovanna. What's the temperature there? We were all talking about the weather. It's going to be, what did Terry say? It's going to be 100 degrees. in Texas, and it's going to be 91 where I am. So, as I've mentioned, the air conditioning is blasting, and I'm actually a little bit cold at this point. Might need to lower the AC a little bit. And yeah, so, but it's probably warm downstairs, to be perfectly honest. All right, I wish I could show you guys all of these because I have so many over here now. I don't even have anything big enough to pick it up. Maybe if I put them on my arm. Maybe I can get them all. Woot! All right, that's how many I put together. I paired all of those. Now, I don't quite know what I'm going to do. I might just put a clip on them so that I can put them in the box and they won't get all undone. And that'll be good. So next time that I sit down to sew, well, these all need doors. I at least paired up transoms with the front of the house. So I'll just put them all together. I'm gonna need a big clip because this is gonna be a big hefty pile. But that's all good. I feel like I made progress. I feel like it was a little bit of a creative outlet. And like Debbie said, how does she say it? Progress can be, I can't see it. I pinned it and I can't see it. Progress can be quilting a nonsense piece just to remember why you love quilting. Love it. Let's see. Robin says, I love sangria. I don't know how to make it. I don't drink because of medication, but for my kids' weddings, I had to drink it with sangria, of course. Yeah, I don't drink very much. I find that I don't sleep if I drink. So I really, maybe I have a glass of wine a week, but I can go for weeks and weeks without having anything at all, and that's fine. If I have a drink, I have a drink sometime in the middle of the day. All right, there's my pile. And that way it doesn't affect my sleep as much. So yeah, great getting old, isn't it? So good. Oh, let's see. Giovanna says it was 93 at noon and now it's 6:35 p.m. so it must be hotter. Oh, so hot. So hot. Yeah. I feel you on that because it has just been hot, hot, hot here. But I feel like that's going to be the whole summer. That's what we're going to get. And it's technically summer this weekend, right? So the solstice this weekend. Somehow I remembered. We have like a little summer solstice festival here, which I don't know if I'll get to or not. Just because the weekend's going to be busy. But I might try to get there. So, and it's usually loads of fun. There's music and food trucks and all kinds of things like that. Debbie says, I miss sangria. Dodgy liver means not a drop since 2014. Yeah, I'm getting there, Debbie. I'm getting there. Mary says it beats the alternative, getting old. Yes. Oh, yeah. Giovanna says it will get worse because of El Nino. I know. I feel like that's just about to start, isn't it? Goodness. Was there anything else I wanted to tell you guys? Oh, I wanted to thank all of you who used my my code when shopping at Linda's. I really appreciate it. I don't remember if there are any big sales this weekend over there that I could tell you about. I think that the batting is still 35% off, and they literally have over 300 kinds of batting. So, and depending upon what you buy, shipping is free. I think shipping is free over, I don't know. I feel like at this point it's like over $90 or $99, something like that, because shipping is ridiculous. But if you're buying batting, it's a good deal. And I feel like there was a fabric deal. I noticed that some of their moda was like $10 a yard, like 10.49 or 10.39 a yard. And so they've got really great deals sometimes. So if you decide to shop there, you can use the code So Supportive, and you get 10% off. And I think I get like 10% or something as well. That doesn't cost you anything, but you get an addition, and I'm pretty sure it stacks for most sales too. So be sure to do it. Oh, Brenda, your children are coming for Father's Day. That's wonderful. Mary says summer solstice, your favorite day. That's wonderful. Yes, an El Nino for the US. Absolutely. Yeah. And so, which is weird because, like, I remember getting El Nino when I lived in California, but now it's like the whole country is getting it. So, gotta love the global warming. Giovanna, yes, I remember that about you. You always use what you have. I have plenty currently, but I need to use up some of my batting. Otherwise, I would take advantage of the batting sale, because I really want to try. I really want to try the Hobbs fusible batting. I think that might be. I've heard good things about it, and what I like about it is that you can fuse it, and I'm pretty sure it's two-sided fusible, and the fusible washes out as soon as you wash the quilt. And so there's no residue left in it. So I think that's kind of cool. Oh, Europe's going to get it as well? Oh, goodness. Okay. Love it. Debbie says, keep talking. I'm peeling potatoes. Oh, that's not my favorite chore. I still remember, vividly my grandmother peeling potatoes when I was a kid. I don't know why that is that I can still remember that. All right, I'm trying to figure out how I can get this. I just accidentally clicked in the chat. What if I do that? That'll work. Live chat. There we are. Okay. I vividly remember watching my grandmother peel potatoes. Not quite sure why. She used a knife, and I remember being amazed. It's a global thing. Yuck. Yuck. You can tell I'm not really like, we're just not getting much news here in the US. I kind of stopped watching, honestly, because like I just don't think they give accurate information. So and like I said, I haven't watched earlier. I said there's a YouTuber who I watch the weather, and he hasn't been showing up in my feed because I think the weather hasn't really been extreme right here where I live. But I know that there were like tornadoes in the middle of the country too. So goodness, I don't miss living where there were tornadoes. And I also don't miss living where there was like golf ball size hail pretty regularly as well. Or earthquakes. I've lived in so many places that have extreme weather. It's amazing. So, yeah, Giovanna says I used to peel potatoes with my mom. Yeah. I feel like the peeling of the potatoes and shucking corn, those were like kid jobs in my household. And I'm trying to think of what else I was allowed to do. Like it was about being allowed to do certain things in the kitchen. I was relatively young when my mom taught me how to make coffee, but that was because she really liked someone to bring coffee to her in the morning. That's a whole nother story. So, yeah. Ugh, Brenda. Goodness. Internet is out at home. Yuck. Storms. Carrots. Yes, Giovanna. Absolutely. Carrots too. Any of the peeling was allowed because that's a relatively safe safe thing for kids to do. Although I have cut myself peeling things. Um, but I like the peeler that I've got now. It's like short and I like it. Because it makes it easy to peel. But yeah. All right. Well, it is 12:44 now where I am, and it is time for me to get my day going. Besides, I'm getting hungry for lunch. And lunch is leftovers, and I'm actually excited about it. Debbie, irony. I hated cooking until my 20s. No childhood memories of cooking. Yeah, my memories of cooking when I was a child are that I didn't do a good job, or like the small things that I could make. I didn't learn how to cook until my 20s, and yeah, I don't remember. Like, I remember my husband and I when we first got married, like learning to make certain things, and we had those things on repeat. But then I quickly got tired of those things and I wanted to learn how to make like nicer things. So that's what I would do. I will see you too, Brenda. See you next week. All right, everyone. Smooches. I will see you all next week. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. And if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and leave comments and I'll respond. And Giovanna says, I was 3 when I tried to make coffee. My dad got scared that I would burn myself on the coffee pot. My God. I mean, I guess it depends on the coffee pot too, huh? But I totally get that. My goodness. All right. So goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next week. Please like the video so it gets sent out to more people. And